If your screen says silver is around $100, why is a single American silver eagle sitting at $120, $125, even $130 right now? That's not a typo. That's not dealer greed. That's a signal. Because in late January 2026, we are watching something rare in real time. The paper price is losing the argument to the physical price. And today I'm going to show you, step by step, why you can't buy a silver eagle for less than 120, even when the ticker looks cheaper. No hype, no politics, just the plumbing. Picture this. You open a chart, you see silver rip above $100 for the first time, and then whip around like a wild animal. Your brain says, okay, maybe it's $100, maybe it's $95. I'll just buy a coin near spot. Then you click Add to Cart, and you get hit with a number that feels like it belongs to a different universe. That shock, the moment your chart and your checkout page disagree, is the entire story of 2026. The receipt, the $120 reality. As of January 26, 2026, COMEX is listing a 2026 Silver Eagle around $129.71 for any quantity. Bullion shows 2026 Silver Eagles starting around $123.06. So the real-world cash price for 1 ounce in the most liquid coin on Earth is not the spot quote. It's a triple-digit coin price with a triple-digit premium. If the paper price is roughly $9,100 and the coin is $120, $130, that premium is not 3%. It's not 5%. It's a new category of premium, a trust premium. So the question is, what are you actually paying for? The two prices that used to match for decades, retail bullion followed a simple formula: spot plus normal premium. Your price spot was the reference. Premium was the small add-on for minting, shipping, and dealer margin. But that model assumes one thing. That spot is a reliable promise of delivery. When the promise weakens, the math changes. Now it becomes spot plus trust premium plus scarcity premium plus time premium fought your price. And yes, that's how you get 120 pause eagles in a world where the paper quote still flashes a lower number. What paper price really is? Let's be precise. The paper price is a quote discovered in a giant market of claims, futures contracts, options, unallocated pool accounts, and synthetic exposure. It is great for hedging, trading, and moving price signals at massive scale. But it is not the same thing as 1 ounce in your hand today with a tracking number. A retail coin is a finished product. A futures quote is a reference for large lot metal. When supply is normal, those worlds stay connected. When supply is tight, they separate, and the separation is the story. Here's a simple analogy. The paper price is the price of wheat on a commodities screen. The eagle price is the price of bread in your neighborhood, wrapped, baked, and ready. When the bakery has flour, bread tracks wheat. When the bakery runs out of flour and ovens are booked, bread can jump, even if wheat pauses. Why the premium explodes in a shortage. Retail premiums blow out for 4 boring reasons that become deadly important in a squeeze. A. Fabrication. Capacity, bars and coins, require manufacturing slots. When mints and private fabs are maxed out, you can't print supply overnight. B. Inventory risk dealers have to carry inventory in a market that can gap up or down. The more violent the price action, the more they protect themselves with higher premiums. C. Hedge cost. If a dealer sells you a coin today and has to replace it later, they're exposed. In a fast market, replacement risk becomes a line item. D. Delivery time. The longer the wait time, the higher the uncertainty. Uncertainty gets priced. That's why you'll see the same phrase pop up on dealer pages. The market is moving. That sentence is not marketing. It's a warning label. The exchange for physical fracture, in plain English. Now let's talk about the moment where paper becomes physical. In theory, futures markets are linked to real metal because delivery exists. But in practice, most contracts never go to delivery. They are rolled, closed, offset, netted. That works. Until a critical mass of buyers says, I'm done rolling. I want the metal. When more participants try to convert paper claims into physical delivery, pressure hits the system, and the market tries to relieve that pressure by offering substitutions, different bars, different locations, different timelines, or different settlement terms. That's not conspiracy. That's what stress looks like in a delivery chain. And once stress becomes visible, buyer psychology flips. If I can't be sure I'll get the exact item I want, I'll pay extra to buy certainty. That extra payment is the trust premium, why even generic silver isn't cheap. This is not only about eagles. COMEX has shown 1 Oz silver bars around 118 plus. Even secondary market 1 Oz bars have been around 113 plus. So the floor is lifting across the entire retail shelf. That tells you something important. The premium is not a coin collector thing. It is a physical availability thing. But the eagle sits above the shelf because it carries a unique kind of certainty. recognition, liquidity, and standardized trust. Why the Eagle Premium goes nuclear. The American Silver Eagle is not just 1 ounce. It is 1 ounce in the most recognized wrapper in North America. People pay up for that wrapper when they feel uncertainty because A, instant liquidity. Walk into more shops, in more cities, and the Eagle is immediately understood. That matters when you care about exit doors. B, standardization, weight, and purity are trusted without a long conversation. C, optionality. Collectors want it, stackers want it, gift buyers want it. More buyer types means more demand lines. D, the safe default. When new buyers enter during a mania, they buy what they've heard of. They don't start with obscure rounds. They start with Eagles. And in a tight market, the most demanded product becomes the most expensive product. The bottleneck. Most people miss the pipeline. Now here's the key. The Eagle is constrained by a pipeline. Even if there is plenty of silver somewhere, the retail product still needs raw metal, refining capacity, planchets, blanks, minting capacity, distribution. If any one link slows, the finished coin price jumps. Here's what makes it worse. The U.S. Mint sells American Eagle silver bullion coins through authorized purchasers, priced off the LBMA silver price plus a fixed per-coin premium. That sounds like the premium should stay small, but here's the catch. Authorized purchasers still have to secure supply, secure blanks, secure production flow, and then move product into retail channels. If their pipeline is interrupted, retail shelves go empty fast. And when shelves look thin, premiums become the rationing mechanism. That's how you can have a small official premium upstream and a giant premium downstream. So why $120 and not $105? Let's do a reality check without pretending we can itemize every dollar. A single Eagle premium is basically 4 layers stacked. Layer 1, the base metal move. Silver itself has moved violently in January. When price moves fast, premiums widen. Layer 2, the product wrapper coins cost more than raw bars because of minting steps, quality control, and packaging. Layer 3, the liquidity value. Eagles command extra because they are the easiest to recognize and resell. Layer 4, the certainty tax. When buyers doubt availability, they pay extra to lock in delivery now, not later. That last layer is the new one, and it's the layer that screams decoupling. What death of the paper price really means, so let's name it clearly. Death of the paper price does not mean the screen price disappears. It means the screen price stops being the price that matters for a person trying to buy physical. Because once the market moves from price discovery to delivery discovery, the highest value is not a number, it's a successful delivery. The new question becomes, how much do I have to pay to be sure I actually receive it? And the Eagle is where that question gets answered first. The hidden signal. Premiums are a fear gauge. People obsess over spot, but premiums are the fear gauge of the physical world. When premiums are calm, trust is high. When premiums spike, trust is leaking. That's why in this kind of market you should ask, are dealers in stock or pre-sale? Are ship dates slipping? Are limits appearing? Are replacement costs rising week to week? Those are physical signals. They matter more than a candle chart when you're trying to secure real product. Why industry is making this worse, and you feel it at checkout. Here's the part retail buyers don't like to hear. In a tight market, you are not bidding against other coin collectors. You are indirectly bidding against industries that need silver as a component. A trader can close a position with a click. A manufacturer cannot close a production line. If a solar or electronics supply chain is short one ingredient, the whole output slows. So when physical availability tightens, industrial buyers tend to pay up for secured supply, long-term contracts, and guaranteed delivery windows. That pulls metal out of the floating market, the easy ounces that normally find their way into bars and coins. You won't see those industrial deals on your screen, but you will see the after effect. Fewer blanks, fewer coins, longer ship dates, and higher premiums. That's why this feels so sudden. The retail market is a small room. When a bigger buyer leans on the same door, the whole room feels it. One more detail. Eagles sit at the end of a long pipeline. When any link is late, the retail price doesn't politely drift. It jumps, because the coin becomes a scarce finished good. In this kind of tape, scarcity doesn't whisper. It shouts. Premiums jump fast and they don't fall overnight. Objection 1. Isn't this just a temporary retail squeeze? Maybe. But temporary or not, it proves the key point. Spot is not a guarantee of retail availability. Objection 2. Why not just buy paper exposure instead? Because paper exposure solves a different problem, price exposure. If your goal is possession, you need the product, not the exposure. Objection 3. Should I avoid Eagles because premiums are too high? Not automatically. Higher premium can also mean higher liquidity. You're paying for a faster resale market and a broader buyer base. The real question is, what do you value more, lowest price per ounce or easiest exit? What this means for you, the retail buyer. 3 practical takeaways. Takeaway 1. Stop using spot as your only reality. Check spot is a reference. Your purchase is a product. Judge your market by the spread between the two. Takeaway 2. Watch premiums like you watch price. In a decoupling event, premiums are the warning light. A rising premium can matter more than a rising spot, quote. Takeaway 3. Build a basket approach. If you want flexibility, consider splitting. Some high liquidity coins, like Eagles, some lower premium bars, rounds, and some cash reserve for sudden dips. Not because you're trying to time the market, but because you're trying to manage options. The bottom line. If you're staring at a 120 plus Silver Eagle and thinking, this is insane, you're not crazy. You're watching a market teach you a lesson. A paper quote can move fast, but physical supply moves slow. And when physical becomes the priority, the premium is the message. Quick disclaimer. This is education, not financial advice. Do your own research, know your budget, and don't overextend. If you want, comment Eagle, and I'll pin a simple checklist for comparing premiums across coins, rounds, and bars, so you can see the decoupling with your own eyes.